Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy to see you here today. It's day 10. It's wonderful that you're here on day 10. It's going to take a while before this shows up. So I'm just going to set this up so that I can see you chatting with me. There you go. I can see you chatting with me now. Do say hello. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. There you go. We're all set for today, day 10. And we've almost come to half of the 21 days. And I'm so proud of you that you've kept your promise to yourself and you have been with me every step of the way. Thank you so much for doing that. So, today, our topic is, can anyone tell me? You can see it in the description. Can you tell me what the topic for today is? Anybody? It's keeping your word. Okay? Today's topic is keeping your word. So, as we wait for people to join us, I can see that more people are joining us. So, I'm happy. You know, confidence is something that's not built suddenly. Okay? It happens by building one little thing at a time, by keeping one promise to yourself, little promises that you can actually keep to yourself. It's built by keeping smaller ones. Okay? So, we're learning today how we're happy and we learn to trust ourselves. Happy with what we're doing and we learn to trust ourselves. Now tell me, who is the person you'll spend the rest of every day in your life with? Good morning. Hi, Renu. Who's the one person you'll spend every day the rest of your life with? Can you tell me, Renu? Let's just wait for an answer. It takes a bit of maybe before you can type or something, it takes a little bit of time. So I'm just waiting. Who's the one person you'll spend every day with for the rest of your life? Yes, absolutely. Yourself. You will spend every day with yourself. Other people are around you, yes, but every single day of your life you will spend with yourself. Thank you, Renu. Thank you for that. And today we're going to talk about that, how you trust yourself. So now let's just take 3 nice deep breaths to prepare for the day. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out again. Breathe in and out. Great. Thank you for bringing yourself back to the center, because there's so many things that happen during the day. There may be people at your door, you may be out rushing out to work. However, you're watching this, I'd like you to be able to come back here and pay attention to yourself. Have you ever written a reminder to yourself and ignored it? Have you ever set an alarm for yourself and just ignored it? I am guilty of doing that. I set an alarm saying, okay, at this time I'm going to do this. I'll set it one day in advance and I'll say, yeah, okay, I'm busy right now. Oh, yeah, this is not so important. This is not so high priority. I'll do it later. And we tend to ignore it. So it may be something that's a little simple. So putting it off once or twice may be okay, but sometimes we tend to put it off forever. And that is the problem. Why? When you promise yourself, I'll start on Monday, and Monday becomes the next Monday, and then that becomes the next Monday, what happens is we lose our motivation. We lose our motivation. Sometimes the trust that we will do something disappears, right? The trust that we will do something disappears. So imagine, this is a little story for today. Just imagine that you have this wonderful friend whom you keep inviting over the weekend. You say, hello, it's a Friday. Would you like to come tomorrow? Tomorrow's Saturday. If you're off, can you come? And, maybe we could have lunch together or dinner together, and I'll make this. And would you like me to make something else for you? Or, these are the drinks that we can have. Is there something that you would like that I can bring for you? And this person says, yes, yes, this and that, and then doesn't show up. And then the week after, you call and you say, hey, listen, last week you weren't able to come. So this week, are you willing to come? And these people are coming home. So maybe you'll enjoy yourself meeting them. We can have a good time talking to them. And then they tend to cancel that as well. And this happens on and on. They cancel because life gets busy, because things come up. Maybe people need attention. Someone's in the hospital. Some child needs to be taken to some, a sports, sports competition in school or something like that happening. Not because they're a bad person. Not at all because they're a bad person. Just because they have something coming up. Slowly, what happens is the excitement that you have that they will come just declines, right? The excitement that you have that they will come declines. And it's not because you don't like them anymore, because you know that they're really nice people and they are, people who will come sometime. You just know that their words are not meeting their action right now. So you stop feeling excited about their coming, their showing up. What if that is the relationship you accidentally built with yourself sometimes? What if that is the relationship you've accidentally built with yourself sometimes? Just think about it. Every time you keep a small promise, every single time you keep a small promise, you're rebuilding trust with yourself. Not to the world, but to yourself. You're rebuilding trust with yourself. Confidence is never a loud blast. It's very quiet. Confidence is very, very quiet. And self-trust is even quieter. It's the calm thing, the calm feeling that you have when you say, I will do something. And you know that even if you don't complete it, you will try it. Not to perfection, but not to certainty, but just having that integrity to yourself that you said you will do it and you do it. Right? Tiny promises, repeated gently, become unshakable trust. Little promises that you make to yourself over time, which is why I keep saying this, and which is why I'm doing the 21-day clarity collective. I don't want to take hours here because I know that's not possible, especially in the morning for people. I just want to do something simple, something that is not a pressure, because we have enough pressures in our life. We don't need to commit to something and not be able to do it all over again. Right? Little promises that we keep going become unshakable trust. So, today, for now, let's do this little exercise. Close your eyes and take 3 nice deep breaths while I tell you how to go about it. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in again, and out. In and out. Now, imagine meeting yourself 5 years from now. Look at yourself. Notice that you don't look very different, but something about you feels very peaceful, very grounded, steady. And you smile. And that person from 5 years from now smiles back at you. What changed? What changed? They don't mention money or achievements. They don't mention success. The only thing that that person from 5 years from now says to you is, I've started believing in my own words. And they hand you a small key. You ask, what is this for? And they say, this is the key to trusting yourself again. This is the key to trusting yourself again. Look closely. The key has just one word engraved on it. And that word is today. Not next month, not next year, but today. Imagine choosing one tiny promise. Drinking 1 glass of water at 11 a.m. Taking a small walk for 5 minutes. Reading 2 pages of a book before you go to bed. Going to bed 5 minutes earlier and then increasing it by another 5 the next week. Sending that message to somebody. Breathing 5 times, taking a nice deep breath 5 times before reacting to something that you see on the phone or somebody says something to you. See yourself doing it, whichever one you choose. And then notice that it's very ordinary. See how ordinary it feels. Now, notice something extraordinary. Not because it was difficult, but because you did what you said you would do. It becomes absolutely extraordinary. So now, place your hands on your heart and whisper to yourself, I keep my word. I keep my word. And with that, you can come back, rub your hands together, place your hands over your cheeks and your eyes, and come back as you let those words settle in. So today's experiments, my friends, is not to make 5 promises, not to make 5 big promises. You just need to make one small promise to yourself. 1 glass of water at 11 a.m. or before lunch. Okay? Maybe maybe a 5 or 10 minute walk, something that feels manageable. And if you are, doing it, it's always good to give it a time, saying that I will do it by this time or at this time, because then even if you cannot finish it at that time, you will remember to do it. So set yourself a time. So if you say something like 11 a.m., I will take a small walk around the house. Maybe for 5 minutes, I will keep walking inside the house. Or I'm at work, so I will walk in the corridors. You could do something like this. Or I'll walk inside the office premises, right? If it's possible, find a time where you find a break. Okay? I will read one page of a book. I keep saying always, I always tell people, if you cannot read for 30 minutes, promise yourself that you will read at least for 3 minutes every day. Set a time that, ultimately you will come to 30 minutes. But do at least 3 minutes if you're not able to do 30 minutes. And in that 3 minutes, you could read half a page, you could read 2 lines, you could read one page, you could read a page per minute. It doesn't matter. You could read, sometimes things are heavy. What you're reading could be heavy. Maybe you need to reread, understand, and it's not so easy. Sometimes maybe it's some light reading. And so in 3 minutes, you could finish 5 or 6 pages. That's fine. Don't go by how much you've finished. The fact that you picked up the book and read for 3 minutes makes all the difference, right? So remember that. Keep a small promise to yourself. That's all I ask of you today. And we're not doing this to impress ourselves, so we don't need to take Superwoman or Superman challenges, just something really tiny. And simply become the one that you can rely on, yourself and myself, okay? Because confidence doesn't arrive all at once. It grows every time your actions meet or shake hands with your intentions. Every time your actions meet or shake hands with your intention, your confidence grows. Okay? So, tomorrow we're going to discover why comparison steals joy. Okay? And how to begin on your own path all over again. And let us begin again. Thank you for being here again. Thank you. Begin again. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye. Have a wonderful day. Remember, we've come to day 10, and that's really great. Tomorrow we'll be exactly halfway through, and I congratulate you for making this promise to yourself and keeping it up to me as well. Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Have a great day. See you. Begin again.